kinds of Coleman products going to go into this, right, Bob?
That's correct. This is not a revolutionary recipe. As a matter of fact, Kathy Vining, DeLone, our advertising and marketing salesperson, was we were having the conversation about she was running out of things to make with dairy products, and she was asking me for suggestions, and I said, well, just this past weekend I was making venison steaks, and you use skim milk, you use buttermilk, I used heavy cream because I was going to use it later with mashed potatoes.
And before you know it,
here I am.
You got drafted. Okay.
What I'm doing right now is I've got venison steaks that you have to trim, and then overnight you try and marinate them in skim milk.
Marinate them in skim milk. And what does the skim milk do? Does it tenderize?
It tenderizes, and it tends to draw out the wild taste.
The gamey
Some
flavor.
people don't like it, some people do, but still it makes it tender.
No, if you hear anything about venison that people that don't like it says it has a gamey flavor. So that's a great tip. I didn't know.
A lot of times the reason that it has a gamey flavor is because of the way it was treated right after harvesting.
Okay.
Now what I've done is I've got some seasoned flour here.
Seasoned with
Salt, pepper, whatever you really like. It's seasoned to taste. I use Tony Chiri's, maybe a little Cavender's, and salt and pepper.
Okay.
And what you do is you
go ahead and batter these up.
Yes, I like to do it in 2 different containers.
Okay.
I probably waste a lot of flour doing it that way. And it is messy. Mm-hmm. My wife will
attest to that. You're just going to shake it on.
And I'm going to just try and shake it up.
I love it.
And that way it gets good and coated.
Yeah. And actually that would seem to be less messy than rolling around in it.
See, I normally use a Ziploc.
Okay.
And I always miss dropping it in there,
Gotcha.
or I don't seal it, and when I shake it up, the flour goes everywhere.
Right.
In this one, I'm going to add a couple of cups of Coleman buttermilk.
Okay.
And some heavy cream.
All right. Oh, together. All right. And you're not measuring there. If you were going to recommend a measurement, I guess it depends.
Oh, it's a couple of cups and a half.
Okay.
A half a cup. Normally, I'm cooking for a lot more than what we're doing today. And you just kind of mix that up.
Okay.
It'll make a heavy batter.
Gotcha.
And now it's already got one little breading coat on it.
Right.
And when you
I got you.
Then
so
you're re-dipping it.
Double dip.
Double batter.
There you go.
And a lot of people, I've heard people say that the problem with their venison is that they just can't get the flour to stay on it. It comes off while cooking. Yeah. And as you can see, this makes an excellent
it really
coating.
Will adhere to the venison now, boy, because you got the double dip there. Okay. You're going to shake those up as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do all of them because all of them won't fit in the pan.
Okay. We're kind of running a little short on time here, Bob, so maybe we can skip to the next step.
Well, if you'll turn that up real quick.
You got it.
That one right there, hit it about medium.
I got you.
Medium high.
You are medium high, ready to go. We're a little warm there, yeah.
Okay.
And drop one of these in. And you like this size in terms for the steaks?
Yes. Actually, some of these are a little big. That's a fairly large one there.
Smaller is easier to tenderize overnight, right? I would suspect.
Plus, people get to choose the size of medallion they want on their plate. As you can see, it's making a mess over here.
That's all right. That's all right. Do you have an oil that you're partial to do this?
Well, not really. If I was using the batter for, say, a fish, some kind of a fish dish, I would use like olive oil and butter and mix the two to do a fish in. But this, it really doesn't matter.
So, Bob, obviously this will take a few minutes to fry up, but not a whole lot. How long?
It won't take but 2-3 minutes.
Let's go ahead and show folks some of the finished product because we're out of time.
Okay.
Can I help you get it out of the oven? Or?
Here, yeah, you sure can.
That for you? Oh, wow. And, of course, naturally, it didn't go into the oven like this.
No, it didn't.
It was garnished a little bit there, but, boy, those look terrific. Fantastic. And those are ready to serve right out of the oven?
That will feed about 4 people, but they can't be very hungry.
Okay, 4 people or 3 sort of hungry people. Bob
Right.
Coleman, thank you very much for coming in and giving us some southern fried venison steaks. They look terrific. When we come back on Good Morning Arkansas, we're going to talk to the superintendent of Bauxite Schools about how they're getting along after a fire last Friday. Don't go away.